Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the charts for Ethereum, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now, if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check that out. And let's waste no more time. Let's get right on into this, right? Ethereum based or paired up with USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is our data source. And there's a couple of things going on here in a very much a similar way with Bitcoin, right? We basically hit this low point just down here. It was about what's that? $1,075 approximately. We then bounced up and then we fell down lower. We actually hit the 1.236 extension that I spoke about a few days ago, and you can kind of see this yellow box area that I drew on there in that video. And basically, you know, we were talking about moving anywhere between 934 and 1019. Now we hit that 1019 and we bounced up from there. Now, the reason that this is an interesting kind of area was, one, this little target that I had was first assuming that we were going to move up to 1350, okay, which we did not do, and therefore this is not our fifth wave target. In fact, you know, if we were to think of it as a fifth wave target, we'd have to lower this down, and we could see that we actually almost hit our 1.382, okay, and which would be a different kind of fifth wave target altogether. However, I do think that we are still potentially in this correction, and this low point that we actually hit was our wave 3 low, and this 1075 that I spoke about earlier, that is actually not our fifth wave low at all. Of our third wave. Instead, I think our 1019 is. And if I actually move this up, you can kind of see the scale of this, right? So when I'm looking for a fourth wave on this kind of scale, I'm looking for something of significance. And I think we're in the middle of having that. And I think we're going to push up a little bit higher, and then we're going to finally get our fifth wave come down lower. Okay, and that does actually change our projection quite a bit. So I'll go ahead and actually just mark this on here now, because I still think we're going to move up to about 1350, but we'll also just check that as well, because we are in this kind of move to the downside at the moment. I think we've got some room to grow as well, and I'll go through that in a sec. If I grab hold of that and I move that over there for a second, that's essentially our entire corrective move. And if we go ahead and just say we're going to somewhere around here, find support maybe at 1130 approximately, somewhere around there, then essentially we could move up maybe even to 1400. And if we do move up to 1400 here, then that actually puts us into a pretty good place to think that that is a fourth wave move higher. And then our lower targets would actually be approximately, if I just bring this back down, right in here between 939 and 830, then that would mark our fifth wave low. Okay, and if I zoom back out here for a sec, you can kind of see how the scale of these two corrections would actually line up a little bit more with the overarching five-wave structure altogether. So again, a little bit of speculation there, depending on how high we actually do end up pushing here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to now show you why I think this is the case, right? So if we bring the momentum indicator, the stochastic RSI, up here, we can see that we're almost oversold. So we're going to pull back down ever so slightly lower. So I've kind of got that in there at about, you know, $1,130 on the low side. That should then get us into the oversold area where we can just rally up a little bit more. Now on our 4-hourly chart, we're already overbought, which means that the next surge up is probably going to be the end of this entire fourth wave correction, and then we can usher in the final fifth wave down lower. Okay, that would allow us to then take our 4-hourly stochastic RSI from overbought down to oversold. Now, on the 8-hour, you can see that we're almost up there in the overbought area as well. This is basically telling us that we've got a little bit more room to the upside to go, and then we're going to cool off, we're going to collapse, we're going to pull back, however you want to articulate that. And on this 8-hourly chart, you can actually see the structure a little bit clearer. on this way down. On this particular chart, though, it doesn't look like a 5-wave structure, but it actually looks more like a 3-wave structure, as in this is a low point just here, for example, and you end up with this high point. If I just grab that low right there, and then you can go ahead and move this to the bounce, and then here you can see that you have to come down a little bit lower, and our little target here on the smaller scale is actually slap bang between the 1-to-1 ratio and the 1.236. So again, you know, it kind of lines up to thinking that we haven't quite finished our corrections just yet. If I bring it into a 4-hourly, you can actually kind of see the scale of that a little bit clearer as well, and that helps us understand that we are likely to see this kind of pull back down. But we've got to first of all move up in order to allow us to move down, if that makes sense. So nothing moves in straight lines, they move in waves, in my opinion, which is why I follow Elliott wave theory, although it's a little bit more complicated to understand if you're new to the space. But ultimately, I think everything is very much on track for the lows to kind of finally hit and finally come on in, but we aren't there just yet, in my opinion. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this brief technical analysis on Ethereum useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.